Good morning from a frosty Dorset. You can tell what time of year it is because we've got this out. So -2 this morning, which is not too bad considering we're on the south coast, but still a bit of a shock from temperatures that we've been having recently. But today we've got this 2006 Pilot in. This particular model is pre-facelift, so it's on a Fiat Ducato chassis, and then 2006, 2007 they rolled out the newer model, which was then carried all the way through to 2020 but had a facelift in 2014. Now the reason why we're doing this specific video and talking about this age of vehicle is because the dashboard changed drastically. Now we have had 3 of these in recently, but we wanted to do a video for all of you owners out there that have a vehicle of this age range to say that if you have what we call a single DIN radio, looks very much like this. This is a single DIN radio, and single DIN means that the slot that it's fitting into your dashboard. If you've got a double DIN aperture, then you can have a touchscreen style system in your vehicle, but these vehicles only came with a single DIN slot. Now what we're fitting today is an Alpine Halo 9. You can have one of 3 or 4 different variants of the Alpine Halos, but we're fitting the 9. The problem is with that is the Halo 9 has a 9-inch screen coming off of it, and this recesses back into the dashboard. So what Richard's having to make is one of our little custom wooden enclosures that's around 30mm wide. It's made into a rectangular box. We then sand it all down and we paint it to give us a spacer, and that spacer allows for the main Alpine Halo drive to stick out by another 30-40mm and allow for the screen to fix over the top. So join me inside, we'll show you a bit more about that. Now the last time we worked on one of these was a couple of weeks ago on our massive £18,000 mammoth project, but the steering wheel was on the left-hand drive, and that's now gone down to Spain. So this is a standard UK spec right-hand drive 2006 Fiat Ducato, and this is what your standard dashboard would look like. Most of these vehicles around this age will have then little extras, phone holder, possible reversing camera screen or whatever this is here, other little bits and pieces plugged in. So we then have to work around all of that. During our process here, instrument cluster will come out, main radio dashboard will come out, and the glove box will come out for us to run our cables in through nice and neatly. But we're going to be concentrating mainly on this radio here, removing this radio, and as you can see there's already an overhang, which means that there's no way that the Alpine Halo is going to fit in there and allow for the screen. The screen wouldn't even be able to get fitted on there, so that's why we have to make our spacer. And once this radio is removed, this spacer block here will bring the radio out to a suitable position, ready for that screen to go on top. So imagine that this is the Halo 9 screen. It will then sit nicely and flush here on the dashboard. So join us back later, and we'll be able to see some footage in between time, and then we can catch up. Oh, not to forget as well, we are fitting a dual lens reversing camera to this vehicle. It's the white metal body mounted camera that's going up the top above the bike rack, and then that allows us to bring it all the way down through, connected up to the Alpine Halo screen for when he wants to see what's behind him, and also for reversing images as well. And that's it. Catch up with you in a bit. Okay, so while we've been taking the vehicle apart, Richard has been making the little frame that we need for the Alpine Halo, any of the Halos to fit this. So this is the radio that came out of this, cheap cheerful, but still what I called earlier a single din. This is your traditional single din radio with a full chassis at the back. But either way, this would have had a normal cage on it like so. That cage would have been fixed into the single din aperture, and then the radio slots in like so and locks into the cage, so that normal operation would be something like this. You've almost got a bit of a sun guard or a sun shield over there, and the radio is then recessed. Unfortunately, that doesn't help us for what we would need to be fitting today to bring this 2006 vehicle into the modern day as such. So we've taken the radio out, we've put aside the customer's radio, and here is the standard single din Alpine cage. But what Richard has been doing for the last hour has now made this rectangular spacer. Now this is just made out of MDF, nothing special wood-wise. If we had ply, we would have used that, or MDF, but MDF's a little bit nicer, a bit more refined once it's been fixed together. And what he's done is he's cut out the four sides and then pinned it and then glued it. Once he's done that, he's then used a belt sander to sand it all down so it's nice and smooth, and then just take it away from wood colour by giving it a couple of coats of black paint. Now what this will do is, this is the top part of the dash. Ignore this, this is nothing to do with the installation. This then gets fitted here. And as you can see, what we've done immediately is we've brought that front facing part of the radio out by, let's say, 35 mil. Give or take, and that gives us enough room then so let's just take that out. This is the cage that comes with the Alpine, and Richard always does these incredibly snug. So as you put the cage in like so, this has to be square all the way around, so just making sure that all four corners are pushed in like so. Let's just push that in, and what we can do here, just push that in. So as you can see, I'm just working the way all the way around here like so. That will eventually slide in nicely. Cage then goes in and is a really, really nice tight fit, as you can see. So almost to the point that you wouldn't really need to fix the side lugs in, but we would generally probably put in a little side screw, a little countersink screw, if you felt that this was going to cause a problem. As it happens, the radio itself, or the radio drive, the Halo, locks in with these side locking tabs, and then this will get fitted inside here. So a bit of a wiggle here. The cage will then just push down through, and then what Richard has done on the sides of the cage, or the sides of the actual mount here, is done a couple of small pilot holes ready for us to pop 4 screws in, and those 4 screws will just apply a little bit of pressure against the cage to then stop that from pulling back out, but also not necessarily cause any problems coming through the metal cage and affecting the drive itself. Now, for what we see now is we now see a perfect area for the Alpine drive to slot in, ready for the screen. So whereas before it was recessed, we're now, once that's all fixed in, the screen will sit out like this, and then you can have your adjustment for vertical or slightly laid back, which is nice. Now, with every Alpine Halo that you buy in a box from us, you will get one of these. The reason why Alpine have done this is because they want to make this product as universal as possible. You can fit it in a boat, a car, a van, you can fit it anywhere. But what they do want to do is they provide you with this plastic so that using a craft knife and a cutting mat, we will cut out the exact size of this satin black trim. This will sit over the top, so once this Alpine drive is in, you don't see any of the less refined or ugly cage, and that will then fit on there like so. We apply this in various different ways, so what we will do is once we've cut it, we'll use a little bit of 1mm double-sided tape just to stick it on. It doesn't need to be, you don't need to go crazy, because all it is a decorative piece of trim as such. So that fits over there and hides that. And then once this is all then fixed in, we're then able to slide in the Alpine and affix the screen. But the reason why we wanted to just focus on this was because you cannot just fit any of the Halo 9s or 11s into this vehicle and expect it to fit. This is the reason why we charge a little bit extra for the time and labour that's gone into this, and allows us to fit the Halo 9 or 11 and make a really good job of it. So that's it, we'll catch up with you in a bit. Okay, we are all done. So it's been quite a busy day today. In fact, it's this particular vehicle has involved myself, Richard, Jason and Jack, just because the older vehicles are quite difficult to work on, especially ones that have got so much going on behind the scenes. And I think in the last video that we did, the 18,000 one, there was so many aftermarket bits of equipment in there that we stripped out. Very similar to this, where there's lots of extra old wires and stuff. You have to be very careful, otherwise you've then got a problem. In addition to what we said earlier, we've now fitted FM and DAB body mounted antenna, because when we spoke to the customer and said, look, you don't have a DAB antenna, the FM antenna is a nasty internal one, you're going to be disappointed going around Europe for a year travelling if you can't then listen to the radio. So we have supplied and fitted one of our FM and DAB body mounted amplified ones. Join me around the back. We have just completed the dual lens high level super duper camera. Just 2 seconds, let me put on the high bay lights. Hopefully that will give us a bit more light. So this particular camera is, as you can see, it's white, it's metal, it's body mounted. We then drill a hole, take all the cabling in, down through to the front and connect up to the Alpine, and it's even got night vision on there as well, which basically means that at night you're going to get a much better view of what's behind you because of the night vision built inside. And we've gone as central as we possibly can, and then in a minute after we've done the filming, we'll then put the customer's bike back on the rack. So let's have a quick look inside at the Alpine Halo 9, not 11, Halo 9. So now the custom mount that Richard's made is all in and fitted. It means that the Halo 9 can be moved up and down to suit what the customer wants. We haven't plugged in his old screen. I'm not sure what it's for, possibly a reversing camera. That's potentially null and void now. But as a driver, having a nice vertical screen just helps with sun glare and everything else. We've fitted the microphone, the GPS. We have run the 2 USBs into the glove box because this customer is having an Alpine Navi stick accessory. Just pass me that, Sammy, and I'll show that on the camera. So this is the Alpine Navi stick. This
goes hand in hand with the ILX 7-inch, the ILX 9-inch and the ILX 11-inch digital media receiver. It means that this can get plugged into the glove box and get full-blown European navigation, 3-year free map updates, and also the ability to enter vehicle dimensions. So we're going to set that up in a second. And because this vehicle is one of the older ones, no steering wheel controls to worry about. We have connected up to the speed pulse, we have connected up to the reverse gear, but here's the camera in action. So there is the rear facing camera, so when you put the vehicle into reverse, you're going to see that one. Nice, clear, bright picture, and then tap the screen and we can select other. And that times out, and then that will be your rearward facing for when you're on the road or the motorway, and you can just see what's going on behind you, just give you that peace of mind before you pull out onto the other lane. So let's go back to the rear one. And again, that just keeps an eye on the bike rack, whatever else is behind you, which is absolutely spot on. Nice, neat, tidy install, bit fiddly on this one. It's taken all day, but we're done. And yeah, customer's going to be chuffed to bits. So if you've got a vehicle like this and you're interested in any of the products that we've talked about during this video, whether it's a Halo 9, Halo 11, Navi stick, dual lens camera, FM body mount antenna, then please do get in touch with us. Website link is in the bio. Don't forget to follow us on social media. If you don't already subscribe to this channel, hit the subscribe button, and thank you, and we'll see you on the next video.